안녕하십니까. 글로벌 코리안 포스트에서 전해드리는 글로벌 코리안 GK 뉴스입니다.
The Honourable Dr. James Philpott, Minister of Health Canada and MP for Markham Stouffville, and on my left the Honourable Stephen Del Duca, Ontario's Minister of Transportation and MPP for Vaughan, and MPP Dr. Helena Jasic, MPP for Oak Ridges Markham, and Minister for Community and Social Services of the Province of Ontario, and His Worship Frank Sarpiti, Mayor of beautiful town of Markham, where we are now. So it's a great pleasure to be here, ladies and gentlemen, to join with my colleagues to make a great announcement for town of Richmond Hill, as well as City of Markham, and for the whole York region, as Mr. Del Duca and Minister Philpott are going to make this announcement this morning. So, to begin with, if I may request Mr. David Agnew, President of Seneca College, to say a few words.
Well, thank you very much. I've been allocated 4 minutes. I think I'll take 2. Minister Maridy's done the introductions. Of course, you can see that already, just look out the window, the kind of construction that's going on. The highway is an absolutely vital artery of transportation commuting. So when anyone says that they want to make a transportation announcement at Seneca, we are always happy to host. So we're looking forward to this. And if anyone needs testimony about the importance of investment in infrastructure, we are only too happy to oblige. So with that, let me introduce Minister Philpott.
It's a pleasure to be here today in this lovely venue. What a fascinating view we have out the window. It's a perfect place to be able to talk about infrastructure and the importance of transportation. It's my honor to be here with my colleagues, representing the federal government and representing my colleague, Minister Sohi, who is our Minister for Infrastructure, who gave me the privilege of coming and making this announcement today on behalf of the federal government. Thank you to my colleagues to the President here for the introduction. We have an important funding announcement. I am very proud to say that the Government of Canada is contributing $46 million to support the Highway 404 High Occupancy Vehicle Project. This is a project that is going to include the creation of 2 new lanes for vehicles that are carrying 2 or more people between Highway 407 and Stouffville Road, an important road for me, representing the community of Markham Stouffville. So this is going to widen that entire stretch of highway from 6 lanes to 8 lanes along this area. It is going to involve, very importantly, the construction of a carpool lot, a transit lot, that will allow commuters to be able to travel more efficiently and effectively to the places that they need to go. It's going to help with the transport of goods and services, which allows us to be able to contribute to the economic growth of the region. Our government is designing a long-term infrastructure plan. So in Budget 2016, we launched the first phase of this. Funding is already at work in communities, supporting the vital repairs that are necessary to aging pipes and roads, helping communities improve on their social housing infrastructure, and allowing transit organizations to replace, for instance, signaling systems that are 70 years old. Here in Ontario, we have $2 billion available through new funding, and there are now more than 200 projects approved across the province, including things like water treatment projects in Waterloo, storm water management, pond retrofits in Brampton, the purchase of new city buses in Sudbury. But this is only the first step. On November the 1st, the Government of Canada released the Fall Economic Statement, and you'll see within that, within our fiscal framework, the full stretch of our infrastructure plan. It is our plan to invest $180 billion over the next 12 years to fund public transit, green and social infrastructure, trade and transportation, as well as supporting rural and northern communities. This plan is providing unprecedented levels of funding for projects across the country, projects that are going to build that long-term economic growth that we so greatly need in Canada to build inclusive and sustainable communities and support a low-carbon, green economy for our country. So from important local projects like the one that we are celebrating today to large-scale developments that contribute to smart growth on a national scale, we are going to build 21st century infrastructure that will prepare our communities to meet the unique challenges of Canadians today and allow all Canadians to prosper for generations to come. Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here.
The investments that all levels of government are making in critical infrastructure is also an enormous job creation opportunity. Our funding in particular, coupled to give it emphasis, coupled with what's happening federally and provincially, will literally create tens and tens and tens of thousands of new jobs here in York Region, right across the province of Ontario. That's hundreds of thousands of families that will literally have a better opportunity for more prosperity going forward. And at the end of the process, they will not only have meaningful employment and a better life as a result of that, they will also have the outcomes that the infrastructure delivers directly. So full credit to the federal government, full credit to our Premier for her leadership, and to all of our municipal partners for being right there at the table with us and for making sure that we get it right. Thank you very much for having us all here today.
Their share a ride. I think it's a helpful and incentive to doing that by giving them their own lane is even better, so that people will be able to travel and goods and services will be able to move around our region and other regions, and employees and students, and we get to work, students can get to school. And if now we have this panoramic view. If you
here, the crossover, the overpass between the city of Markham and the town of Richmond Hill. This is a pinch point here with this bridge, and so this gives an opportunity for travel freely between the two communities. They don't have to go out on Highway 7. It's a joint project between the town of Markham, city of Markham, town of Richmond Hill, and York Region. And there's another road, if you can see these people coming off the ramp, there's another road that's going to be extending north, so people do not have to go on to up the road, literally a stone throw away. Buttonville Airport is going to be closing in the next couple of years, and there'll be a major redevelopment of that property with Cadillac Fairview. So as much as we see a lot of traffic out here today, there's going to be more investment, there's going to be more traffic, there's going to be more employment and people coming to Markham, to Richmond Hill, and to York Region. And it dovetails very well because there will be improvements on 16th Avenue. Ramps at 404 and 16th Avenue are going to be improved, so no longer will we see those big, long lineups where people are trying to actually go to the north end of the region to go home. That whole intersection will be improved. There is 8 million square feet of development that is happening on that site. It will be employment, a major retail center, and some residents as well. But I want to say, thanks to Minister Philpott, I think this is
construction in this way certainly opens up all sorts of possibilities for community benefits, including employment. But you know, one thing you didn't say, Steve, was there's always more to do, and to have the kind of partnership that we do with the federal government, and of course with our municipal partners as well.
Thank you very much. We suggest